So, there was a stabbing that happened in North Carolina between a black man and a white Ukrainian woman, where a black man stabbed the woman on the subway in North Carolina for no apparent reason. He had no interactions with her. They had no discussions, no words, no nothing whatsoever. He just decided he wanted to stab a woman that day, and he did exactly that, taking her life. Stabbed this woman about 35 times, walking off the train casually as if he did not just commit a homicide. And mainstream media is not talking about it. And I'll tell you why they're not talking about it. They're not talking about it because it was a black on white crime. If it had been a white on black crime, mainstream media would be all in every headline you could think of. There would be riots, there would be protests, there would be fights, there would be wars in the streets if it was a white on black crime. But since it's the other way around, and it does not go with the narrative that mainstream media pushes as far as black people being victims of everything in every category that has ever existed, they strayed away from this topic that is oh so important. It is important because not only does Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter. White, black, European, it doesn't matter what kind of life you have as a human being. All lives matter. But when it comes to mainstream media, what is the narrative for mainstream media? Black lives matter. Right? So they only shed light when it comes to other races doing something to black lives. It creates a narrative, it creates fear, and it also brings in money. So that is what the mainstream media is doing when it comes to this specific story. So we're going to talk about it today. But before we do, let's hear what President Trump had to say about it.
Listen.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists. And they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life.
And I'm glad that President Trump actually showed pictures of the incident and pictures of the suspect and the victim, because if he had not, we wouldn't even know what these people look like, because mainstream media does not show the specifics and the details when it comes to white on black crime. It does not fit their narrative. There is a narrative that they're trying to push amongst the world, amongst America, to have y'all thinking a certain way, to have y'all in fear. And because of that, we miss out on most of the important stories and headlines that are true that happen in America. Like this one. This is important. This is very much so important. It's important because, yes, I know Black Lives Matter is a movement. It shouldn't be, because it's fraud. We're going to hop on that a different day. But not only do Black Lives Matter, but white lives matter too. Not only do white lives matter, but all lives matter. All human lives matter. And this story needs to be talked about. I'm glad that he showed the pictures, because we need to know. We need to know who's committing these crazy crimes.
With a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people were murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. And it's time to stop this madness. The people of our country need to insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast. All we want is, please, Mr. President, we need help. Chicago needs help. Other cities needs help. We'll do what has to be done because we're going to make America safe again. And that includes our big cities. We're going to make those cities safe. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
I totally agree with the president. I don't understand, honestly, why we have Democratic cities like Chicago who is giving President Trump so much pushback when it comes to him wanting to come into the city to stop crime. When Chicago, over the Labor Day weekend, right, had over 50 shootings and I believe 9 fatalities in just one weekend. But yet, you have Mayor Brandon Johnson, who is the mayor of Chicago, telling the people to fight back, to fight against Trump and what he's trying to do. And the thing about it is, I know that this isn't about Chicago, but it's about crime. We have a president who wants to stop crime. And this evidently is a crime that could have been prevented. It could have been prevented, but due to the last administration and their soft on crime laws, this man should have been in jail. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he 14 arrests. Yep, he had 14 arrests. His name is Carlos Brown Jr., who was 34, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder for fatally stabbing 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee. Wow. So she came from Ukraine to flee the war. She came all the way to the United States, learned our language, and got a job. Right? She was here illegally. She wasn't illegal. She was here. I don't think she was I don't think she's a citizen yet, but she's here taking the necessary steps to become a citizen, right? And her name was Irina Zarutska on a Charlotte Light rail train. Brown, who was the suspect, a homeless man with schizophrenia and a history of 14 arrests, was freed without bail following an arrest earlier in the year despite his extensive criminal and mental health background. So, this man should have been in somebody's institute, or he should have been behind bars. And what blows me about the Democrats and blaming mental illness on everything and really kind of substituting crimes for mental illness. Oh, well, he was mentally ill, so he shouldn't deserve to go to jail. Listen, if you have the mental capacity to stab somebody and to just walk away, you're not that mentally ill. You're just a criminal. Mentally ill means I'm gonna stab somebody, I'm gonna go stab somebody else, I'm gonna get butt naked in the street and start screaming and playing with your butt. That's mentally ill. But if you could stab somebody and casually walk away and flee the crime scene, you're not ill enough mentally to not serve time. So it blows my mind that they try to say that he was schizophrenic or mentally ill. If you have common sense to ride the train with clothes on, you're not that mentally ill. You knew exactly what you were doing. Why did you do it? We don't know. You probably don't even know. But in the act of doing it, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you did. You knew what you did was wrong. So therefore, you tried to flee the scene. You're not crazy, bro. But let's continue reading. The stabbing occurred near the Camden Road area shortly before 10 p.m. and surveillance video capturing the attack has gone viral on social media, sparking public outrage. I bet it did, because when I seen it, I was upset too. Like, bro, mainstream media ain't talking about it. Brown has been federally charged in connection with a death involving a public transit system, a crime punishable by life imprisonment or possibly the death sentence. That's fair. While Mayor Lily's crime punishable, while Mayor Lils described the event as a heartbreaking failure on the part of the judicial system. I agree, because we had Democrats in office who were extremely soft on crime. Oh, just let him out. He got arrested 14 times. He's an abusive person, but he's schizophrenic. So just let him out and be free. No, you're going to let him out, take him to an institution, get him the help that he needs. He can't be, obviously, in social environments. He can't be free because he do stuff like this. He commits crimes. And this is what happened when you have, I hate to say it, but a whole bunch of PUSSYs in the White House. And I'm not talking about President Trump. These laws occurred and happened and were passed under the Biden administration. Those are the people who I call the PUSSYs. Excuse me. I'm fired up right now because this type of story should have been talked about. They don't talk about white on black crime. And I'm all about fairness. I don't care about race. I don't care. I'm not for the black man. I'm not for the white man. I'm for God, and I'm for truth. And the truth needs to be said, and light needs to be shed. Somebody needs to talk about this. When I say somebody, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about you. Anybody. But this is not fair. And I hate mainstream media. And this is exactly why I do what I do. Because it needs to be talked about. The case has heightened discussions about Charlotte's approach to crime prevention, managing individuals with mental health issues, and ensuring safety on public transportation, leading to increased demands for stronger community safeguards and greater judicial responsibility. Yes, I totally agree. We definitely need greater judicial responsibility. They need to be held accountable. He needs to be held accountable, which he's being held accountable. And the people who pass these soft crime laws, they need to take accountability for it. The Democrats who pass these soft crime laws to just let criminals out just because in the name of mental illness. No, you got to do your time. You got to do your time regardless if you're a schizophrenic. You're not always schizophrenic at every moment. You know when to eat. You know when to use the restroom, right? You know to put on clothes, right? You know how to communicate and have a conversation. You're not all the way schizophrenic. But whatever. Again, like I said, mainstream media isn't talking about it. And it's so unfortunate and it's sad because it was a beautiful woman. She was a beautiful woman. She came all the way from Ukraine to escape war in Ukraine. She came here 2 years ago and wanted to live the American dream, trying to flee from destruction in her own country, and comes to America just to get murdered. That's a problem. That's a problem, man. Actually, I have a very, very sad video of actually the stabbing happening. I'm not sure if this is the full video of the stabbing. I'm not sure if we're going to see blood or not. I'm pretty sure we're not. I'm pretty sure we're not. I don't think YouTube would allow that. But this is the video of that guy right there who is the suspect, and then you'll see the woman sit down and just really mind her business. She's on her phone. She has her headphones in. She's just doing her. And this deranged idiot decided he wanted to play with his demons, and that's what happened.
This stop is Stanley Mark Station.
goodness. Evidently, you can see something is clearly wrong with this man, bro. Something wrong with him. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his energy, his body, the way his body is moving, and the gestures that he's making. Something's clearly mentally wrong with this guy. He does not need to be free. But it has happened. But let's continue.
Please stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.
Wow. So he pulls out a pocket knife. Oh, wow, that is insane. Something, yeah, I can clearly see something is wrong with him. Clearly, but that's not an excuse. That is not an excuse for him to murder someone. And I think what's going on nowadays is when it comes to mainstream media, they protect criminals in the name of mental illness, and it's just not right. Like, we have to stop doing that, and we have to stop allowing them to do that. We literally have to talk about this, because if nobody talks about it, stuff like this is going to continue to happen. A lot of things have happened under the Biden administration when it came to laws. We had the New York lady who was set on fire on the train by an illegal, or just the other day we had an illegal truck driver who made an illegal U-turn simply because he could not read the signs in English. Why couldn't he read the signs? Because he's not here legally. It used to be a requirement where you had to literally learn the English language to become a citizen. But you had the Biden administration just allowing illegal immigrants to come into our country for free, just welcoming them in, taking our jobs, taking our resources, taking our money, right? Literally trying to replace Americans. And if I may be specific, minority Americans, black Americans, that's who those illegals were here to replace, right? What about the crimes that happened because of that? Nobody's really talking about it. Because it doesn't fit their narrative. Just how this story doesn't fit their narrative. Black on white crime does not fit mainstream media's narrative. Black on black crime does not fit mainstream media narratives. It only benefits mainstream media when it's white on black or anything on black. Why? Because it causes chaos, confusion, destruction. It brings people fear, and it brings them power, control, and money. That's what they want, and that's where they're going to get if we don't wake up and understand that this is evil. This is evil. Black lives only matter when it comes to white people killing black people. But what about black people killing black people? We kill each other more than any other race kill us. But yet, black lives only matter when it comes to white people killing black people. This needs to be talked about. Make sure y'all like the video. Thumbs up the video if y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Like the video so that it can hit the algorithm so that more people like you can see videos like this. That's all I got. I'm out.